to do prefix and the suffix. So I know you've been doing this also. We are going to do assessments that week from 20th to the 25th. So that's why we're going to do a little bit of recap to recap everything you've done this year so far. So that is why we're going to do this again. And that's why I ask you to, if there's anything that you need help with or anything you're not sure about, to please let me know so I can do some revision of that. Okay, so the classroom rules stay the same. So today we're going to do prefix and the suffix. So a prefix is basically it's not a full word. It's a word part that is added at the beginning of a full word called the root word. Every prefix has its own meaning. When a prefix is added to the root word, it changes the meaning of a word. So if I tell you, you are safe, that means that there's nothing to worry about. You're safe. But when I put the prefix on, like my example, like the un, then it means you're unsafe. Then you need to worry about something. So when you put a prefix in front of a word, it changes the meaning of the word. So I'm going to, here's a few examples of prefixes and prefixes and their meaning. So when we have a prefix of re, it means again. So if I tell you I refill a bottle, that means I'm going to fill the bottle again. So I'm just going to fill the bottle again. Or rewrite, I'm going to write the page again. Or redo something, then you're going to do something again. So a re prefix means again. Un, like not. That if you put un in front of a word, like my example, like unsafe, then you're going to be unhappy, which means not happy or unsure. It means you're not sure. So try means three is like a triangle or tricycle. Before, the meaning of pre is before, like pre-reading or prepaid. Like your phone is prepaid, so you paid for it before you use it. Okay, miss means wrong, and it's like misbehave, so you behave wrong. Or misplace, you place something at the wrong on the wrong spot. And dis means not, like disable, disgrace, or disagree. Do any one of you have examples of words with prefixes? Anybody wants to? Okay. Yes.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm good. I'm using the word pre.
Okay.
Prepaid or prefix.
Yes, that is correct. Thank you.
Mostly welcome.
Okay, there's another one. Okay, do you have a example of a prefix?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello.
Do you have an example for me with a prefix?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Just like
Yes.
and redo.
Redo. Yes, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, ma'am. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Ma'am, it is rewrite,
Yes.
refill, and read.
Yes.
And
Yes. That is
ma'am, for
correct. Thank you.
you're welcome, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Do you have an example for me of a prefix?
Reorder and reorder and mm,
One is fine.
replace.
Thank you. So let's go to the next slide. Okay. Now we're going to talk about a suffix. A suffix is put at the end of a sentence or no, at the end of a word to change the meaning of the word. Like when I say something is beautiful, then it means it's full of beauty. So it's going to change the word entirely. Or cheerful, it means something is full of cheer. So we're going to go to the next slide. I'm just going to show you here. Okay, here is a few examples of suffixes that we use the most. It's like less, which means without, like reckless or weakness, and full, like I told you with beautiful, it means full of, like playful or hopeful. Able, which means can be, like it can be done, like understandable or readable. So something's readable, it means it can be done. Ed, it's past tense. That's one we use a lot. Like every time you say I jump, and then when you want to tell somebody, but yesterday I jumped or I hoped. So the ed suffix is something you use a lot. Ward, in the direction, which means forward or backwards, anything like that. N, made of, like woolen or wooden. Okay. Ing, continuous verb. That is something we also use a lot, like walking, dancing, singing. That is one we also use a lot, the ing suffix or the ly, the way it's done, like quietly, slowly, anything like that. Do any one of you have an example for me regarding this?
Hello, ma'am.
No? You have an example for me?
Yes, ma'am. Mostly.
Mostly. Yes. That's correct. Thank you.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
How are
Do you
you
have
today?
an... I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm good. Ma'am,
Yeah.
I'm going to be using able.
Able.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Disable and unable.
Yes,
And
that's correct.
full. Colorful. Beautiful. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. That is correct. Thank you so
Most
much.
welcome.
Ma'am, I'm going to be using in, so love in and caring.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get the next one.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you,
Yeah,
ma'am?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
So it's saying and wonderful and grateful. Great.
Yes.
And dancing and cheerful.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, just go to the next one.
Ma'am, it's slowing,
Yes.
dancing, walking,
Yes.
writing, jumping, happily.
That is correct. That is correct. Thank you so much.
So,
Okay. Now what I want us to go and do, I'm going to do the next slide is going to be a few exercises with a prefix. So basically what we're going to do here is you're going to put un in front of the root word in each sentence. So I'm just going to go to the first one. I used to be tidy, but now I am. Anyone wants to answer that one?
Good morning, ma'am. The answer is untidy.
Yes, the answer is untidy. Thank you. Okay, the next one. Last week I was happy, but now I am.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
How are you, ma'am?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
I'm good, thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, the answer is unhappy.
Yes, that is correct. Thank you.
Welcome, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, the next one. That prefix is, but this one is
Fair. Ma'am, unfair.
unfair. Yes, that's correct. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay. After the crash, he was hurt, but she was
unheard.
unhurt. Yes. Okay. I am prepared for the game, but you are
Unprepared.
unprepared. That is correct. Thank you. Okay. This lace is tight, but this one is
Ma'am?
yes.
This lens is untired.
Untied. Yes. Okay. The next one. I was grateful for my present, presents, but he was?
Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you?
It's ungrateful.
Yes, that's correct. Okay, the next one is, she was sure she could find it, but I was?
Unsure.
Unsure. Yes, that is correct. Now the next one is, looks a little bit differently. We are going to use the prefix in the flowers that to put it before the word you see on that line. So Catherine wanted to plant a garden, but she was?
Ma'am, it is unsure.
But she was unsure, yes. Which kind of flowers she wanted to grow. Her mother took her to the garden store to help her decide. She liked all the flowers so much, she wished she could plant one of every kind. Catherine was? Hello? Okay, so Catherine was
Disappointed.
disappointed, yes. When her mother told her that she would be that would be
Impossible.
impossible, yes. Catherine was having trouble choosing just one kind of flower. There were so many. Catherine felt
Ma'am is overwhelmed.
yes, Catherine felt overwhelmed. Some had large blooms and others were so small they were almost microscopic. Catherine's mother what? Catherine's mother
Reminded her.
reminded her yes, reminded her that they could choose a different flower next season. Catherine settled on daisies and was very happy with her garden. Now, the next one, the next exercise is almost the same as the first one. We are going to, this is going to put this in past tense. So that is what we're going to do now. So you're going to use the word in brackets to change the sentence. So let's begin here. Okay. We
Snap. We snap our fingers to the beat of the song.
yes, that is correct. Thank you. Okay. While I was running, I
stamped my big toe.
you stubbed your big toe. Yes. Okay. My soda bottle fell over and
Dripped all over the counter.
yes, that is correct. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. After the wonderful performance, the audience
Clapped.
Clapped, yes.
The audience clapped.
Yes, that is correct. Okay. My mom and our neighbor
Chatted.
chatted. Yes. Okay. As soon as I got home, I
Plugged.
plugged. Yes. Okay. Tommy
Spotted.
Tommy spotted. Yes.
Stepped.
Yes. Step. Okay. Last summer I
Last summer I last summer I
this one is a tricked one. Is a tricky one.
last
Going to
summer
explain to you. Hmm?
last summer I couldn't.
Okay. Let me explain this one to you. Because there's different meanings of can. Now, this one means, you know, the can of tomato that you use, or the
Yes,
can. So you canned something. It's not the other. And so that's why you always read the entire sentence before you go and change the can. So then if you look past the can, you would have seen the tomatoes with my grandpa. So then you would have known you put tomatoes in a can with your grandpa. Okay,
yes, ma'am.
but that one was a trick one. Thank you. Okay, and the last one. My family and I shopped for a new couch. Yes, that is correct. Thank you. Okay. Now this is our last. This is our last exercise, and then we're going to do a few poems. So, my mom said I had to wait until my birthday
To unwrap.
to unwrap my presents. Yes. Okay, the next one, we had to what the oven before we could put the cookies in.
We had to preheat the oven before we could put the cookies in.
Yes, that is correct. Thank you. Okay, the next one, John forgot his backpack and had to what home to get it.
Return.
To return home to get it. Yes, that is correct. Okay, the next one. Ashton was sad because she was what to get the ticket for the concert.
Couldn't.
We're going to use one of the words there at the top, like preheat, underwater, misbehave, unable, return, dishonest, unwrap, or untied. So Ashton was
Unable.
unable. Yes, that is correct. Thank you. Next one, Jacob always fell down because his shoelaces were.
Jacob almost fell down because his shoes were untied.
Yes, that is correct. Thank you.
You're more than welcome.
Okay. The next one, which is
Tasha can swim underwater for 1 minute.
Yes, that is correct. Thank you. Okay. Sherry was being what when she did not tell the truth?
Dishonest.
Yes, that is correct. Thank you. And then the last one. Our teacher told us to not on the field trip.
Misbehave.
Yes, that is correct. Thank you. Okay. Now, the next one is going to be, we are going to do a few poems. The important thing about poems, like I told you previously, the next, not next week, the week after that, we are going to do assessments. So we are going to do poems for assessments. So that's why I'm going to just discuss poems and stuff like that. So basically, we are going to read this one together. Animal talk. Cats purr, lions roar. Owls hoot, bears snore. Crickets squeak, mice squeak. Sheep bar, but I speak. Monkeys chatter, cows moo. Ducks quack, doves coo. Pigs squeal, horses neigh. Chickens cluck, but I say. Flies hum, dogs growl. Bats screech, wolves howl. Frogs croak, parrots squawk. Bees buzz, but I talk. So this is a poem. Did you see some of the words are rhyming, like roar and snore? Do any one of you want to read this one for me, please?
Cats purr, lions roar, owls hoot, bears snores, crickets creak, mice squeak, sheep bark, but I can't speak. I speak. Monkeys chatter, cows moo. Ducks quack, doves coo. Pigs
Okay, next, mute the next one.
Mice squeak, sheep bar, but I speak. Monkeys chatter, cows moo. Ducks quack, doves coo. Pigs squeal, horses neigh. Chickens cluck, but I say. Frogs hum, dogs growl. Bats screech, wolves howl. Frogs croak, parrots squawk.
Yes, that is correct. Thank you. Okay. I'm going to just go to the next one. Good. The next one. Okay. The little turtle. There was a little turtle. He lived in a box. He swam in a puddle. He climbed on rocks. He snapped at a mosquito. He snapped at a flea. He snapped at the butterfly and he snapped at me. He caught the mosquito. He caught the flea. He caught the butterfly, but he did not catch me. Okay. So we're going to read this one also. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes. Okay, the little turtle. There was a little turtle. He lived in a box. He swam in a puddle. He climbed on the rocks. He snapped at a mosquito. He snapped at a flea. He snapped at a butterfly. And he snapped at me. He caught the mosquito. He caught the flea. He caught the butterfly, but he did not catch me.
Yes, thank you. Okay. This one is the last poem we are going to do. Then we're going to go back to the first one and we're going to compare the different poems. Insects. An insect has 3 body parts, no more, no less than 3. A head, a thorax, an abdomen. All are all the parts we see. The head has mouth parts, well designed, with compound eyes as well. Its antennae sense the world around. They feel and hear and smell. The thorax is where the legs are joined, 3 pairs, 6 legs in all. It's where the wings are joined on 2, to fly or jump or crawl. The abdomen is where the systems are, the systems that I need to breathe, reproduce, and digest the food on which it feeds. Yeah. Hello?
Hi,
Okay.
ma'am. An insect has 3 body parts, no more, no less than 3. A head, a thorax, and an antenna are all the parts we can see. The head has the mouth parts well designed, with compound eyes as well. Its antonym sense the world around. They feel and hear and smell. The thorax is where the legs are joined, 3 parts, 6 legs in all. It's where the wings are joined onto to fly or jump or crawl. The antonym is where the systems are, the systems that need it to breathe, reproduce, and digest.
Perfect. Thank you.
More than welcome.
We're going to read this one more time.
The
Okay.
head, an insect has 3 body parts, no more, no less than 3. A head, a thorax, and abdomen are all the parts we see. The head has mouth parts well designed, with compound eyes as well. Its antennas senses the world around. They feel and hear and smell. The thorax is where legs are joined. 3 pairs, 6 legs in all. It's where the wings are joined onto to fly or jump or crawl. The abdomen is where the systems are, the systems that it needs to breathe, reproduce, and digest the food on which it feeds.
Perfect, thank you. Now I want us to compare the different poems we read now. That is one of the major reasons why I wanted to do this. The first one, did you see the words that are rhyming is right underneath each other? That is one way a poem works. That is one way a poem can work. The other one is like the last one and the second one. There's a rhyme word and then the next one doesn't rhyme, then it rhymes again, and the next one rhymes. So they skip a line every time that's rhyming. But a poem, there's always a way to, give me 5 seconds. When you use a poem, the person that writes the poem can use different ways to express themselves. That isn't necessarily correct when you use tenses and stuff like that, but it always makes sense. Okay, like cat's purr. Okay, so I think you have been doing a few poems for a few years now, but I just wanted to know that when you use rhyming words, it doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be underneath each other. There can be a line between them. So if I ask you, you can put this in the comment section. I want you to look at this poem, and all of you, every one of you, I want you to give me 2 words that rhyme in this passage. I'm going to look for it at the comments or at the chat, please. You're talking the entire time on the chat, so give me 2 rhyme words. Roar and snore, yes. Next one, anybody? Give me the next words that rhyme. Yes, moo and coo, creak and squeak, growl and howl. Okay, now I'm going to go to the next slide, the other one, and then you talk and walk. Yes. Now I want you to put in, you can take this one and give me words that rhyme, please, on this one. Okay. Okay. Like turtle and puddle, Box and rocks. Flea and me. Mosquito. Do you think there's a word that rhymes with mosquito? Not one of the words rhymes with mosquito. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Anybody want to do this one for me? It's like 3 and see, well and smell, all and crawl, needs and feeds. That are the words that rhyme in this one. So if I ask you when we are doing the assessments and stuff, we're going to use a poem, and then when I ask you for rhyme words, you can remember that it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be spelled the same, but it's going to sound the same. And that is something very important for you to remember. Like all and crawl. It doesn't look the same, but it sounds the same. Or box and rocks. Doesn't look the same, but it sounds the same. The same with flea and me. So I want you to remember that that's important. And then I want you to remember that even if something doesn't make a lot of sense or it's not a real word, like on this one, the sheep bar. Bar isn't a word, but it works in this poem. It works. Okay. So that is what I wanted you to know about poems. Each day we're going to do something like this, just to recap it from the beginning of the year. And then I want you to, okay. Is there anyone who has a questions regarding a prefix and a suffix? Is there anyone who wants to know something about that? Or so if I ask you when you are doing this if we are doing the assessments, I will give you something like, not this one. I'll give you something like this. And then we will work with something like this when you do the assessment. Do any one of you have any questions regarding that?
Hi, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you add two can you add two prefix in front of a word, as in like unprepared?
Okay. No, remember that, like you said, unprepared. Prepared is a word on its own. What is, if you break that word down, like unprepared, paid isn't a word on its own. Prepared is a word on its own, or prepare is a word on its own.
Okay.
You can put a prefix and a suffix on one word, but that is something all of you know. You can put a prefix and a suffix on, like unprepared.
Yes.
So that is what we're going to do on Monday. We're going to recap that on Monday, to put on a prefix and a suffix. And then I will also explain to you like that what you just asked me.
Yes,
because a root word must make sense on its own. It must be a word that you can use on its own. So if you can't use it when you take a prefix away, that means that wasn't the prefix. Like
Yes, ma'am.
like you just said, like prepared. Prepared isn't prepared or prepare isn't, there isn't a suffix, because the other word can be a word on its own because it has no meaning. A root word has to have its own meaning and must stand alone also.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mostly welcome.
Okay. Hi guys, we will continue this on Monday. On Monday, sorry.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello,
Bye.
hello,
Hello, ma'am.
hello.
How are you?
Okay, listen guys, I see our time is up. I will talk to you again on Monday. If you have any questions, here's my email address on the screen. Please send me an email so
Ma'am.
so we can talk there, and then I will see you again on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend.
Okay, bye.